Hey there. Does it ever feel like your finances are some kind of big, complicated puzzle that you just can't solve? Well, if it does, you are definitely not alone. So today, we are going to demystify money. We're going to give you a simple, three-step plan to get back in the driver's seat of your financial future. Let's dive in.
Does this question hit home? For so many of us, money can feel like this constant source of stress, maybe a little bit of confusion. But here's the thing, it absolutely does not have to be that way. And the best part? You can start making real positive changes right now, no matter where you're starting from.
I love this quote because it gets right to the heart of what we're talking about. It's not about how much money you make, it's about what you do with the money you have. See, real financial security, well, that comes from good habits, not just a big paycheck. So think of what we're doing today as a journey. We're going to walk through a simple three-step roadmap that's designed to take you from that feeling of financial fog to a place of financial clarity and, well, fitness. This is all about taking control of your money to build a more secure future for yourself. Okay, so every journey starts with a first step, right? And for us, that first and most important step is mastering your spending. Before you can even think about building wealth, you gotta know exactly where your money is going. It's time to move from confusion to control.
So the first part of this is actually really simple. It's all about asking one little question. Is this a need or a want? Now, needs are the absolute must-haves, a roof over your head, food, utilities. Wants are the things that make life more fun, that new phone, eating out. And look, there is nothing wrong with wants. But just understanding the difference, that's the key to spending with purpose.
Let's talk about something I call spending leaks. Think about a leaky faucet. Drip, drip, drip. It doesn't seem like much, but over time, it adds up to a ton of wasted water. Spending leaks are the same thing. That daily coffee, that little impulse buy at the checkout, they can drain your bank account without you even realizing it.
So, what's with this number, $528? Well, that's what you could save in a single year by making one tiny change, packing your lunch just one extra day a week. That's it. That is the incredible power of plugging even the smallest spending leak. It really adds up. The word budget can sound, well, scary. So let's call it a spending plan instead. It's really just a simple four-step guide for your money. First, know what's coming in. Second, know what's going out. Third, see how they stack up. And fourth, you decide where you want your money to go. See, this isn't about restriction, it's about empowerment. It's about you telling your money what to do, not the other way around. And this is exactly why getting a handle on your spending is so critical. Let me tell you about Sal. He bought a $1,000 TV on his credit card. Awesome, right? But he only made the minimum payments. It took him almost 7 years to pay it off. And in the end, he paid nearly $500 extra just in interest. That's money that could have been working for his future, but instead it went straight to the credit card company. All right, so once we've started to master our spending, it's time for the really fun part, making our money start to work for us. Let's talk about how to actually grow your money.
Okay, this is super important. Saving and investing, they are not the same thing. They're two different tools for two completely different jobs. Saving, that's for your short-term stuff, like an emergency fund or a down payment. It's safe, it's easy to get to. Investing, on the other hand, is for the long haul. It's how you build real, significant wealth, but it does come with more risk.
Now, the real secret sauce to building wealth, it's a force that's been called the eighth wonder of the world. It's called compounding. It's basically your money making babies, and then those babies making more babies. And you know what the most important ingredient is? It's not how much money you start with. It's how much time you give your money to grow. So let's look at this in action. We've got Aletta and Corey. They both invest $5,000 at the exact same interest rate. The only difference? Corey's interest gets calculated or compounded every month, while Aletta's is only once a year. And look what happens. After 10 years, Corey just has more money. It's a perfect example of how even small details in how your money grows can make a big difference over time. Want a really simple trick? A little mental shortcut to figure out just how fast your money can grow? I'm about to share a financial rule of thumb that might just change the way you think about investing forever. 72. This is the magic number. It's called the Rule of 72, and it is an incredibly simple way to estimate how many years it'll take for your investment to double. All you do is divide the number 72 by your expected annual return rate. That's it. And here is where that rule becomes so powerful. Take a look.
If your money is earning 4% in a savings account, it's going to take 18 years for it to double. But if you're getting an 8% return from investing, it only takes 9 years. You literally cut the time in half. That is the power of making your money work harder for you.
So, we've learned how to get a handle on our spending, and we've talked about how to start growing our money. Now it is time for the final step, securing our future. Let's talk about building a financial safety net that's going to protect you no matter what life decides to throw your way.
You know, life is just unpredictable. The car breaks down. You get an unexpected medical bill. Stuff happens. An emergency fund is your financial shield. It's that cash that's there for you when you need it most, so that a surprise expense doesn't become a crisis that forces you into debt.
Now, I know what you might be thinking. 3 months of living expenses, that can feel like a huge, impossible number. So you know what? Let's forget about that for now. Let's start small. Your very first goal, your first mission, is just to save $500. That's it. Once you hit that, you'll have a real foundation to build on. So once you have that first little emergency cushion in place, you can start to lift your eyes to the horizon and think about your really long-term goals, like retirement. And thanks to our old friend, the power of compounding, the single most important thing you can do for your future self is to start saving for retirement today. I know, all the letters and numbers, 401k, IRA, Roth, it can feel like alphabet soup, and it can be confusing. But here's the secret. The most important thing is to just get started. It doesn't matter if it's a 401k through your job or an IRA you open yourself. The key is to just start putting money away as soon as you can. Even a tiny amount makes a massive difference down the road.
Wow. Okay, we've covered a lot today, right? Mastering your spending, growing your money, and securing your future. But please remember, this is just the beginning of your adventure. The most powerful thing you can do is take that very first step. So, I have a question for you right now. What is your first step? It doesn't have to be massive. Maybe you'll just start tracking your spending for a week. Maybe you'll set up a tiny automatic transfer to a new savings account. Whatever it is, I want you to commit to taking that one small step today. And I'll leave you with this thought. You know, managing your money isn't really about numbers on a spreadsheet. It's about building a life that you truly love. It's about giving yourself the freedom to chase your dreams. So take what you've learned today and just start. Start building the future you want,